Hello everyone, my name is Eagle Hunt, and I'm honored to be speaking in front of you all today. As we gather together, I want to take a moment to reflect on how we got here. All of us come from unique backgrounds, cultures, and ethnicities. But something we all have in common is that we didn't quit. I don't have to know you to understand you faced challenges to get here. But through determination and grit, we are now concluding this memorable chapter of our lives and entering a new stage with endless opportunities ahead. Reflecting on our paths to this moment, I want to share a bit about mine, which, like yours, has unexpected turns and valuable lessons. I was born in Idaho, but I moved to Hong Kong when I was 9 years old. And if there was one thing that I learned from my education there, it would be that grit and determination are the catalysts for success. Throughout my childhood, I moved all across the world and gained valuable insights from many different cultures. From the countryside in Thailand to the suburban life in the Silicon Valley, I learned that we build strength from our diversity. But it wasn't easy moving each year of high school. By the time I graduated, I was fed up and I didn't want to attend college. I remember listening to the graduation speech and thinking, I'd never do that. Things have changed now. In all honesty, the only reason I enrolled in college in the first place was because it was a good excuse to move out after high school. But through the online classes due to COVID-19 and devastating events in my personal life, I was ready to quit after the first term. Fortunately, I saw COM 114, Argument and Debate with Mark Urista, and I decided to give college one more shot. But I missed the first day because I thought it was on the main campus instead of the Benton Center. And I was late to the second day because I was on the hold with the Department of Human Services. Mark almost kicked me out with that first impression. Fortunately, he didn't, and I dove into the material, and I can say confidently now that COM 114 was one of the only classes that I actually read the textbook and studied. After that, he incentivized me to join the Civil Discourse program by offering me talent grants for the next term. It was at that point where I stayed in college. I'm sure you all have your reasons for being here today, each with your own unique story and set of challenges. This is an incredible moment for every one of us, and the value of this education will stick with us for the rest of our lives. But I want to highlight, this is just the beginning. We'll enter this new stage with its own set of hurdles that we'll need to overcome. Don't lose sight of your goals, and never let your external circumstances dictate where you go next. Spring 2024 has been the most educational term for me, but not for the reasons you'd expect. In all honesty, the quality of education this last term has been at an all-time low, and I mean that. I'm sure you're all aware that this is the last term for the computer science program. I didn't even have an instructor in one of my classes until week 7. I know many people here today that share this experience with me. So why? Why was this the most educational term for me? I was failing one of my courses because of the low morale within the computer science department. It was clear a lot of instructors were checked out, and I was too. Thing is, I wasn't even struggling to grasp the material. Instead, I was struggling to find motivation and to continue caring when it felt like everyone else did it. And this was the first time in my entire college career that I saw an F in the gradebook. I was discouraged, I was upset, and I felt hopeless. But I remember one day, I told myself that I would turn that around. I told myself that I would navigate through this bureaucracy, pass all my courses, and help as many other struggling students as possible. And after dedicating every day since then to meeting my goals, by pushing forward when I had no motivation, by tutoring students when we didn't have an instructor, and by finishing with an A in that course I was failing, I'll confidently say that I've been successful. I want to leave you all with the biggest thing I learned throughout my journey at LBCC. Regardless of the challenging situations life presents, despite how little control you have over your external circumstances, you always have control over how you respond to them. Through determination and continuing to get yourself back up when you fail, you will be successful. I want to take a moment to personally congratulate every one of us the class of 2024. Thank you.